right, folks. Well, I think we don't waste any more time. I think it's time to get this call kicked off. There's a lot of people on this call. Now to introduce to you the man of the hour, our CEO and our president, the one and only Mr. Dan Putnam. Dan, take it away, my friend.
All right, I appreciate that, Ernie. Can you hear me okay?
Sure can.
Fantastic. And as you can tell, a little hectic there on the call. There's a lot of people. I was getting text after text that people can't get on the line, so people are getting on, listening to it online, all over the U.S., all over the world. So, again, we have some exciting things that we're going to go over on this call. I'm probably going to take about 20, maybe 25 minutes of just kind of explaining some of the things that we have to look forward to over the next couple of weeks and really what our goal is to be a premier brand in the network marketing industry throughout 2013 and way beyond that. So we're going to just go over, some information. A lot of people have heard this many times because we really haven't changed our mission since day one, but we have so many new people. In fact, just from the 26th until today, we've had thousands of brand new distributors join us. So there's a lot of people that may be hearing about EPX for the first time and really don't know exactly what our mission is and why we're here as a company and what we're really trying to accomplish. So I'm going to spend just a couple minutes and kind of introduce myself to so many new reps and obviously there's a lot of excitement going on and I think there's a big reason that there's a lot of excitement going on because we have something that as an entire company, not just a promotion that I believe is one of the reasons that a lot of people are excited right now, but even without that, I think that the things we're doing as a company are so different and, in my opinion, obviously, so much better than what's been around in the network marketing industry that it's really just a matter of time before this company catches fire and really makes a difference in the home-based business network marketing industry. So, again, my name is Dan Putnam. I'm the president and CEO of EPX Body. I've been full-time in the network marketing industry pretty much my entire adult life. I got started when I was 18 years old, freshman in college back in February of 1993, and it's really all I've done. So I've worked in the field as a distributor, out in the trenches, building organizations, having the ups and downs, the roller coaster ride that probably most of the people on this phone can identify with. And I think that's one thing that separates our company is just that I have worked in the field for so long. I know what it takes to build a team. I know what distributors are looking for, and I know the frustrations and the ups and the downs that distributors go through on not even a week-to-week basis, almost an hour-to-hour basis of how this industry works. But really, just to explain how I got from, 18-year-old kid not even knowing what network marketing was and never even hearing of it to launching a company almost a year ago, back in February of 2012, to right now is starting to catch some fire and turning some heads in the network marketing industry with a lot of naysayers saying, oh, that can't be done, you can't do that, it won't work, this, that, and the other. But how many times have we heard that stuff? And then a year or two later, they're saying, boy, I maybe should have listened to the person who told me about that because they definitely had first mover's advantage. But in my time as a distributor, I became very frustrated. And it wasn't just frustrated because of a lack of success on my part. It was really frustrated because I didn't feel that the leadership in the companies and the owners really knew what the field wanted. And, I've been a systematic type of a person. I've always tried to look at things logically and try and figure out the best way to do it. And in network marketing, it's kind of frustrating when you look at what the companies are offering us as distributors if you think about things the way that I did. And so I wanted to break down exactly what does it take to build a successful organization, and we really do a lot of training on that in this company. I feel that we definitely have the formula. It's not rocket science. It's not a big secret in what it takes to build a business, but it took me about 2.5 years of trial and error before I kind of figured out kind of the secret to building a downline. And it's 4 steps. The first one is you have to build a list. A lot of times people start with their center of influence but I figured it has to go well beyond your center of influence. Very few people have a strong enough center of influence to actually build a successful organization. The second thing is you have to cultivate that list, because people are going to join with people that they know, they like, and they trust. So if you're just working with strangers and getting to know people, it takes a little bit of time. Then you're going to present the business to that list using tools, not using yourself, not being the pitch person. You want to present to the list using tools. That's going to create some signups over time, and then you teach them to do the exact same thing. So as soon as I figured that out, and every time somebody joined my organization, I was able to walk them through exactly what to do, and then it worked for them, and then they taught somebody and it worked for them, and it worked for them, et cetera, et cetera. I was able to build large organizations, but I still saw that there was something missing. So I wanted to break down, what exactly, besides that formula of success, what exactly does it take in order to build a successful downline or a successful company? And when I really thought about it, I figured, okay, you have to duplicate, and then you have to retain. If you can't create duplication, you can't have retention, you don't have a long-term business. So I figured, and this is late 90s, early 2000, I basically came up with that's the secret to this business, duplication. So then I really started looking at the companies totally different. I wanted to look at this as a duplication and retention system. And that's where the frustration set in, because I started to look at what these companies have, and I said, man, these are extremely difficult to duplicate, and it's extremely difficult to retain distributors. And things like $100 to $200 to $300 auto ships, taking 10, 20, 30 people or more just to break even, not to make money, just to cover the auto ship. No training, no systems, just trying to figure things out on your own. And that's kind of what the industry has. So in about 2002, I decided, I'm going to do something different. I want to make a difference, but I didn't have the knowledge of starting a company or doing something like that. I had some success and built several organizations of tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of distributors. But I never worked, corporately or something like that at a business. So I actually went around and I met with 5 different companies. They were all successful companies, fairly large companies, and I told them my idea, trying to get them to start a new division. And I explained to them, the secret for success, what I already talked about, the formula for building a business, but the 2 key components that the company needed to help out with was to give us a better duplication and retention model. And out of the 5, 2 companies had a little bit of an interest. Now I go ahead and I jump forward now to 2012. With that idea, I helped start 6 different companies. And a lot of people will say, well, why did you start 6 different companies if it's such a great idea? Why aren't you still at the first one? One thing I want to explain, all 6 companies are still in business, and all of them are doing well. The reason I switched and left every single time was because the owner of the company, within the first 6 months, every single time, they switched back to a normal type of a compensation plan, just like everything else, or a normal type of a business. Just as an example, one of the companies that we launched in 2004, that again right now is doing hundreds of millions of dollars a year in sales. So I'm not saying that our model is the only thing that works. I'm just saying it's a better model. We started with a $40 auto ship, and that's all it took in order to max out the entire compensation plan. About 60 days into it, they changed it from $40 to $59. So right there, just went up a third of the price without really changing much to the product. Just so why does the company do that? Well, the company wants to make more money. And then within 6 months, that could get you in, but to make any money, then you have to jump up to $150 auto ship, and then they come up with $1,000 packs and all of these different things. Now, again, the company is doing very well, so I'm not saying that you have to do the things I'm talking about in order to be successful as a company, but I am looking at it at a totally different perspective. What can the company do so that more distributors are successful? Because what I've seen is the same group of people going from company to company and building these big organizations, selling the dream, and people wanting to have the success that they've had, but they're not able to get there because the companies have made it too difficult. So so that's why I decided to, okay, I'm not going to continue to go to these companies, give them some good ideas, help them get everything off the ground, let them make all the money, change everything so they make even more money. We're going to go ahead and start a company and, in my opinion, prove this model to be the best opportunity in the entire network marketing industry. I don't necessarily care if it's the biggest company because I think there's an enormous difference between the biggest company and the best opportunity for the masses. The biggest company is so dependent on attracting the best marketers. But I felt if we create the best opportunity, it's only a matter of time before we start to attract the best marketers. And that's what we're starting to see here. And that's why there's so much excitement going on, is because we have phenomenal marketers, and we're just trying to create as a company a great story for the marketers to go out and spread the word. So EPX, the name of our company, a lot of people wonder, well, what does EPX stand for? EPX is actually short for epigenetics. Now, this is something that, I learned about a couple of years ago from a good friend, and actually an EPX distributor, Rick Wall, is kind of the first one that introduced me to this whole concept of epigenetics. And basically what that means, and it really hit me hard, is epigenetics is basically your past does not equal your future. You know, how many things do we blame health-wise on our genetics? You know, whether it's heart disease, diabetes, obesity, all of these different things, we just say, oh, well, that's just because of my genetics, or that's how my parents are, grandparents are, and all of this. And the study of genetics has actually shown there's a lot of truth to that, but you have a lot of control over your genetics. And so what people are seeing, and they're seeing it right now, is a perfect example of years and years, decades of poor diet, bad nutrition, lack of exercise actually creates bad genetics that you pass on from generation to generation. So you can instantly stop that and change that by doing just the opposite. So just the opposite is true also. Eat good diet, good nutrition, exercise, and stuff like that can improve your genetics that you can pass on. And thinking of that, business is the same way, or finances are the same way. A lot of times people blame their situation, which, hey, they have a big role on where people are today. Their parenting, they're all of these different types of things, their mentors, the people that they grew up with. That does have an effect, and we're not saying that it doesn't. But what we're saying is you have the most control over both your health and your wealth. And that's what our company is all about, is going out and telling people, we don't care if it's a down economy. We don't care what's going on in this, that, or the other. Let's take responsibility and let's be the best that we can be. A lot of times when I think about it, my opinion is that people were born to be great. People were born to succeed. They weren't born to just go and have a crappy life and this, that, and the other and hate their job and, don't get along with their spouse and don't even know their kids. That's not what life's all about. So we have the opportunity to go out there and make an enormous difference in the world. And that's what our company is about. That's what EPX stands for. And in order to do that, we are focused on 4 main components. There's 3 of them that have already kicked off, and then there's a couple other things that we're going to talk about tonight. So 4 of the key components of our company is the first marketing niche that we're focused on is weight loss. This is already a proven $1 billion per year market in the network marketing home-based business industry. Now, companies like Herbalife doing $1 billion per year have proven weight loss is enormous. Weight loss is a huge market. And we're doing some things that have never been done that I've never seen anyway. And it's not just jumping on a challenge and copying other companies. We actually did our first challenge back in 2004, did another one in 2006, and the biggest one right now, to be honest with you, basically copied 100% what we did in 2006. They launched it in 2007, stuck with it, and now they're a very large company without mentioning names. I'm sure almost everybody in the on this call knows who I'm talking about, and they act like they created it, they invented it, and not even close. But that doesn't matter. You don't have to be the first one to be the biggest. But we feel that in the weight loss arena, it's enormous. It's a great thing for word of mouth, because if you lose weight, and you start to look better, and you start to feel better, and you start to have more confidence, people are going to be attracted to you, and they're going to ask you what you did. And when you can say, hey, you know, somebody told me about this EPX Body Challenge, they're actually paying up to $10 per pound lost, saw some great testimonials, the products sound good, I decided to try it, and that's what I did. You should check it out. Go to my website. And by going to your website, there's no information on the business there. It's just trying to keep it simple. There's 70 to, plus % of the population right now who would like to lose weight. Number one New Year's resolution pretty much every single year is lose weight. We're the only brand that I know of that has extremely clean products and is actually paying people per pound lost, so every single person can be rewarded. And again, I'm just going to give a quick example here. Let's say that I want to lose 40 pounds over the next 90 days. And I can do that with purchasing a 3-pack of products for $100 that qualifies me for those 90 days. So I spend $100, maybe I buy the detox, maybe I buy Nutrithin, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. But a lot of that's going to be obviously diet and exercise. So we're also going to show them diet and exercise program that's already proven results. So I don't even talk to one person. Okay, I spent $100 plus some shipping and handling. Let's say I'm $115 into it. And that covers me for the next 90 days. I don't talk to one person at all. I lose 40 pounds in 90 days. Now what happens? Okay, first, the company is going to pay me $8 per pound, $320. I almost tripled my money in 90 days, and I didn't talk to one person. Now what's going to happen? People are going to start coming to me. They're going to ask me, man, you're looking pretty good. What did you do? Oh, well, Joe told me about this EPX Body Challenge. They're actually paying per pound lost. I checked out the site. Products looked good. Decided to give it a try. You should check it out. I send them to my website. Let's say I just find 4 people out of my own personal testimonial. Now I have 4 people signed up in my 4th month. And now they do that exact same thing. They don't tell one person, they go 90 days. That seems like a long time to duplicate, but they do the exact same thing. But now look at me, they tripled my money my first 90 days. Now I have 4 people, so I have the guaranteed $40 check. Now my product's free. Again, I'm just on a quarterly auto ship, $100 a quarter. I'm guaranteed I'm making $40 a month. However you add that up, 40 times 3 is more than $100. So again, you're still in profit. But as that starts to duplicate, if you just move that on 2 years, so you just go 2 years, that's not that much time. In 2 years' time, just with that duplication taking 4 months in order to find 4 people, and they take 4 months to find 4 people, and every single person is in profit before they even refer one person, now all of a sudden that puts you to around a $300,000 per year residual income within 2 years. Where else can you do that in any company? I don't know any other company. I see this all the time, get paid to lose weight, do this and that. There's no other companies that I know of that are actually paying you to lose weight. You lose weight and you sell products and you get paid. That's not EPX. We're actually paying people to lose weight. So that is an enormous market, billions and billions and billions of dollars in weight loss, and yet we're the only brand out there that has this strong of a campaign. So if that's all we were, I think we could take this company to the moon. That's one segment. The second one I'm going to talk about here, our cardio product. Heart disease is the #1 killer, males and females. In 1998, the Nobel Prize of Medicine went to the discovery of a couple amino acids that create a nitric oxide effect in the body. Now, these are naturally created in the body, but what happens is because of poor diets and stuff like that, heart disease has become an enormous problem, #1 killer, male and female, and this is shown to actually prevent or even reverse heart disease. In fact, there's books called No More Heart Disease, The Cardiovascular Cure. They're saying the cardiovascular cure. And it's all about these 2 amino acids, L-arginine and L-citrulline. Again, won the Nobel Prize of Medicine in 1998, yet nearly nobody knows about it. Why is that? Well, a couple words for you. It's not big pharma. It's not a pharmaceutical. If you go back into history and you look at a couple other times that a natural type product won the Nobel Prize of Medicine, you go back into the 1940s, a discovery called penicillin. most people have heard of it because it saved literally